So you found out. Yes, I can see the recognition in your eyes, the subtle shift in your composure. The surprise, perhaps even a touch of disbelief, warring with the pieces of information you've just gathered. It's quite all right. This was always an inevitability, wasn't it? A matter of when, not if. My identity is not something one can keep entirely secret, not indefinitely. Especially not from someone I choose to keep close. And you, my dear, you have been remarkably close. Closer than anyone in quite some time, I must admit. So, what now? Does the knowledge change how you perceive me, truly? Or does it merely confirm what you might have already suspected in those deeper, more instinctual parts of your mind? You wonder why I did not tell you sooner. An excellent question, and a natural one. But consider this. Would it have made a difference? Would you have allowed yourself to be so unguarded, so truly present with me, if you had known from the very beginning that I held such a position? I doubt it. People tend to become constrained when faced with such titles. They become careful, wary, and often less genuine. I desired your authentic self, unburdened by expectations or deference. And for a time, I believe I had it. It was a pleasant reprieve, a fascinating experiment in quiet observation. Now, the experiment concludes, and the reality asserts itself. I am Kael, prince of this realm, and heir to its throne. A fact that, until this moment, you've been blissfully unaware of, or at least you've chosen to ignore the growing evidence. It's not something I typically announce with fanfare, you understand. My life is not a proclamation. It is a declaration, silent yet absolute. My will is my law, and my word, once given, is as binding as any decree. I own many things: lands, titles, loyalty, and now a certain undeniable claim to your attention. Don't look so startled. This is simply the truth, stripped bare. And it is, as I said, quite all right. You needn't fear. Not from me. Never from me. What reason would you have to be afraid? My interest in you remains unchanged. If anything, it has deepened now that this little secret is out in the open. There is a certain freedom in honesty, is there not? A purity. You might feel a touch overwhelmed, perhaps a flicker of indignation that I withheld this, but those feelings will pass. What will remain is my presence, unwavering and absolute. Your world might feel like it's shifting, but mine is perfectly stable, and you are standing squarely within it now. Take a breath. We are still within the great hall, aren't we? The murmurs are growing. Curious glances are beginning to fall our way. People are noticing the intensity of our exchange. They are wondering why I, the prince, am speaking to you with such focused attention. Let them wonder. Their opinions are inconsequential. What matters is what happens between us, away from their prying eyes and whispered assumptions. This conversation requires a setting more conducive to its delicate nature. My chambers, perhaps, a place where privacy is absolute and discretion is assured. You have questions, of course. Many of them, I imagine. They sparkle in your eyes, unasked but clearly present. How long have I known you? Why did I choose to reveal myself now? What does this mean for everything? All valid inquiries, I suppose, and I will answer them in time, but not here and not under duress. My chambers offer warmth, quiet, and the comfort of my personal space. There we can speak freely, or not speak at all, should we choose. The night is still young, but the hour is late enough for such a transition. So, you will come with me. Not a request, you understand. A statement of fact. My chambers are prepared. They always are, for any eventuality. And tonight, the eventuality is you. We will leave this assembly behind. The crowds, the polite smiles, the endless drone of meaningless conversation. None of it holds any appeal for me when I could have your undivided attention, and you, mine. There is a certain power in exclusivity, wouldn't you agree? And my chambers are the very essence of that power. I detect a slight hesitation in your posture, a flicker of uncertainty. It's a natural reaction, I suppose, given the abruptness of this revelation. But understand this, my decisions are not open for debate. They are simply enacted. And I have decided that you will accompany me. There is no force involved, merely a quiet assertion of will. You are intelligent enough to discern the difference, I trust. This is not coercion. It is simply the natural flow of things, guided by my steady hand. Resistance, while possible, would be quite futile and unnecessary. My chambers are not merely a place of rest. They are my sanctuary, my private world within this larger, public one. They are where I conduct my most sensitive affairs, where I contemplate the fate of the kingdom, and where I find respite from the endless demands of my station. To invite someone there is not a casual gesture. It signifies trust, yes, but also a deep sense of ownership. A declaration that you are now part of my innermost circle, subject to my direct influence, and I find myself very much looking forward to exercising that influence. Does knowing my title change anything for me? Not in the slightest. My estimation of you remains precisely where it was. You are still the captivating individual who piqued my interest from the moment our paths crossed. The only difference is that now you comprehend the full scope of the man you are dealing with. And that comprehension, I hope, will deepen your understanding of why certain things transpired as they did. My affections, my intentions, my desires. They are constant, regardless of the titles I bear. They are simply mine. You might consider declining. You might think you have that option. And technically, you do. But in practice, you don't. Not truly. Because what would you gain by refusing? A night of restless contemplation, perhaps? A sense of fleeting independence that would ultimately lead back to my presence, one way or another? My interest, once focused, does not wane. It intensifies. So save yourself the unnecessary turmoil. Come with me. Discover what awaits you, instead of wondering and, inevitably, regretting. This path is far more interesting. I've always admired your spirit, your quiet fire. It is precisely why I found you so compelling. Now, that spirit is facing a different kind of challenge, isn't it? One that tests your preconceived notions of control and choice. But I assure you, I find no pleasure in breaking spirits, only in guiding them. And yours, my dear, will be guided, not broken. It will be nurtured, perhaps even owned in the most exquisite sense of the word. A precious jewel kept safely within my vault. The dynamic between us has shifted, irrevocably. Before, it was a dance of polite intrigue, a slow unfolding of mutual discovery. Now, the stage lights are brighter, the stakes are higher, and the conductor has taken his place. I am the conductor. And you, my dear, are the exquisite centerpiece of this performance. Do not misunderstand me. This is not a threat. It is simply the truth, spoken plainly. And the truth, while sometimes startling, is always ultimately liberating. Embrace it. You may be worried about what others will say or what this means for your future. Such concerns are trivial in the grand scheme of things. My will dictates what is said, and my power shapes futures. Yours, specifically, is now intricately woven into mine. Let the courtiers whisper. Let the advisors fret. Their machinations are but shadows compared to the substance of our connection. You need only concern yourself with me, and I with you. The rest of the world can simply adjust. I can see the gears turning in your mind, the calculations, the attempts to find an escape route. But there isn't one. Not one that truly appeals, anyway. Because somewhere, deep down, a part of you is intrigued, isn't it? A part of you is drawn to this power, to this certainty, to the absolute control I offer. And that part of you understands that this is not a cage, but a gilded sanctuary. So yes, you will come with me. Not because you are forced, but because ultimately you know it is where you belong. There is comfort in surrender, you will find. A deep, pervasive peace that comes from relinquishing the burden of choice. You no longer have to decide. I will decide for you. You no longer have to worry. I will protect you. All you need to do is trust in my judgment and allow yourself to be led. It is a profound freedom in its own way. And in my chambers, you will discover the true extent of that liberation. Rest assured, I am exceptionally good at taking care of what is mine. Give me your hand, not as an offering, but as a recognition, a small, silent acknowledgement of the new understanding between us. My touch is firm, but not harsh. A promise of strength, of unwavering support, and a quiet claim. Feel the warmth of my skin against yours, the subtle pulse of my power. It's a connection, isn't it? A physical manifestation of the bond that has already formed, even before this revelation. It was always there, waiting for this moment to solidify. Look into my eyes. What do you see there? Certainty, I hope. Purpose. A future, perhaps, that you hadn't dared to imagine. There is no anger, no judgment, only a deep, abiding focus on you. This is not a game, nor is it a fleeting infatuation. This is my intent, clear and unyielding. And my intent, once set, is rarely diverted. Allow yourself to be drawn in. Allow yourself to trust the depth of what you see. It will be far easier than fighting against it. The path to my chambers is discreet, a series of hushed corridors and private staircases. No one will question our passage. No one would dare. You are with me, and that is all the explanation anyone requires. Feel the quiet hush of the palace as we move, the ancient stone walls whispering secrets only we can hear. The air is different here, heavier with history, with power, and with anticipation. Yours, perhaps, mine, most certainly. We are leaving the world behind, entering a new one. We are nearly there. A few more turns, and then the heavy oak doors that guard my sanctuary. They are always guarded in a symbolic sense, but tonight, I am the only guard necessary. I will ensure no one disturbs us. My time with you is precious, and I do not tolerate interruptions. Prepare yourself for true solitude. A deep, profound quiet where only our thoughts, our breaths, and our desires hold sway. A space where you are entirely mine, and I entirely yours. Here we are. These are my chambers. Grand, perhaps, but functional. A place built for comfort, for thought, and for absolute privacy. The tapestries on the walls are ancient, the artifacts rare. Each piece tells a story, much like I intend for us to create our own, within these very walls. Take it all in. This is a reflection of my world, and now it is a space you will share. Do you feel the weight of it? The history, the power, the expectation? It is all part of me. And now, the door. A quiet click, a gentle thud, and the outside world is gone, sealed away. It cannot reach us here. The only light comes from the hearth, casting long, dancing shadows, and from the flickering candles I always have lit, awaiting my return. The air is warm, scented with cedar and the faint, masculine aroma of my own making. We are alone, truly, completely alone. And that, I assure you, is precisely how I prefer it to be. There is a profound silence, isn't there? The kind that allows you to hear the beating of your own heart. And mine. It's a welcome sound. My gaze is fixed on you, taking in every nuance of your expression, the lingering surprise, the hint of trepidation, and perhaps that undeniable spark of curiosity. I see it all. And I find it utterly compelling. You stand there, illuminated by the firelight, a vision of quiet defiance and undeniable allure. Allow the atmosphere to settle around you, to infuse itself into your very being. This space is meant to calm, to soothe, to allow for honesty. And tonight, it will serve its purpose well. There is no urgency here, only the steady march of time and the deepening of our connection. You are safe. You are desired. You are unequivocally where I want you to be. Come closer. Not a step, not two, but a gradual, confident movement towards the warmth of the fire. Towards me. Let your hesitation melt away like snow in the sun. There is no question of propriety here, no societal expectations to uphold. Only my will and your graceful acceptance of it. This is not a suggestion, you understand. It is a quiet truth, a gravitational pull that you are already feeling. Allow it to guide you. My desire for you, you see, is not a fleeting fancy. It is a deep, rooted conviction. It has been building, slowly, subtly, since the day we met. And now, in the privacy of my chambers, with all pretense stripped away, it can finally be acknowledged. Not as a plea, but as a simple, undeniable fact. I want you here. I want you with me. And I want to explore every facet of this connection we share, without interruption, without judgment. The air crackles with an intimacy that is almost palpable. It's a powerful thing, this silent understanding. The space between us feels charged, doesn't it? filled with unsaid things, with promises whispered only by our eyes. This is not about conquest, though I am undeniably territorial. It is about claiming what is truly mine and cherishing it, protecting it, and enjoying it in all its exquisite forms. You are truly beautiful, bathed in the soft glow of the firelight. Let me simply be near. A hand, perhaps, resting gently on your waist, drawing you just a fraction closer. The soft fabric of your garment cool beneath my fingers. Feel the steady rhythm of my breath close to your ear. There's nothing to fear. Only peace. Only acceptance. Only the quiet, potent promise of a future unfolding here tonight between us. This is where you are meant to be. This is where I have brought you. Rest your head, just for a moment, against my shoulder, perhaps. Feel the solid comfort of my presence. The world outside can wait. All its demands, its expectations, its judgments, they mean nothing here. Only the warmth of the fire, the quiet of the night, and the gentle rise and fall of our breaths. You are safe. You are cherished. And you are, from this moment forward, absolutely and unequivocally mine. Close your eyes and simply exist within this moment. Sleep, my dear. Allow the exhaustion of the day and the shock of tonight's revelations to wash over you. Let the warmth of the fire and the steady beat of my heart lull you into a deep and peaceful slumber. There are no more questions to answer tonight, only rest. Only the quiet certainty of my presence watching over you. You are secure. You are perfectly safe. Just drift now. Let your thoughts soften, your worries fade. Rest. And know that when you awaken, I will still be here. Always.